Good morning. It is freezing cold, man. Can't tell you really the temperature because my data plan just ran out and I'm looking for some Wi-Fi. But it must be 0 or close to it. The weather lady says that it's 1 degree. I have my usual breakfast, Spanish tortilla or omelet, coffee, milk and coffee, and orange juice. Everybody left early today, not me. Like I was saying yesterday, I believe, I'm tired of getting to the albergue at 1 o'clock and then spending the whole day just on Facebook, not doing really anything. For that, I'd rather just spend the time on El Camino. Well, check it out, the store came to say goodbye. See ya! The temperature fell so much that plants froze overnight. So I found a frozen stick on the side of the road, so I'm gonna take advantage of it. Don't you love it when the sun comes out? Today's gonna be a sunny day, I can tell. So it is day 11, did I tell you that? And today I will be walking some 20 kilometers, more or less, from Santo Domingo to Belorado. Alongside the highway on my way to the beautiful village of Grañón, I stumbled across a modest wooden cross. La Cruz de los Valientes, or the Cross of the Brave. It recalls a medieval dispute between the towns of Santo Domingo de la Calzada and Grañón over ownership of 115 acres of land. Not far off from La Cruz de los Valientes stands an overpass filled with inspirational graffiti, a staple of El Camino, for better or worse that I will come to enjoy it in the weeks ahead. As the sun rises, so does the temperature, and what better place to take a break than overlooking the town of Grañón from a distance. It is the last town in the province of La Rioja. Its inhabitants live mainly off agriculture and livestock, so much so that most of the youth ends up leaving the town for the city of Logroño in search of a better life. I get in line at the water fountain in order to resupply. The construction of La Parroquia de San Juan de Bautista took place between the 15th and 16th centuries, thanks in part to the numerous stonemasons who were involved. In the interior, the great sculptures based on plasteresque motifs and excellent reliefs made between 1545 and 1556. The work can be seen in all its splendor thanks to the restoration that took place in 1993. Made it to Groño. This is where most of the early risers will have breakfast today. I get a quick bite to eat at Plaza El Horreo before heading out into the countryside. Only 556 kilometers stand between Santiago and I. Not far in the distance, I cross into yet another province. This time is Castilla y León, home to the city of Burgos and the treacherous Great Plains. I leave behind the province of La Rioja. Like the yellow bricks road in The Wizard of Oz, the dirt path turns into pavement just as I reach the small town of Redecilla del Camino, the first of many towns in the province of Castilla y León. I take advantage of its new water fountain to refill my camelback before exploring this charming, desolate little town full of history and a massage parlor. Too bad it was closed, but at least it was next to La Iglesia de la Virgen de la Calle, where I make a quick stop to admire its beautiful altarpiece. One, not to break with tradition, I hit the jackpot by the Plaza Mayor. So this is getting out of control. Or is it? I say goodbye to Redecilla del Camino and I head over to Castil Delgado, 1.6 kilometers down the road, where the locals get a little spooked by my presence, and the water is not apt for human consumption. It is always Plaza Mayor, Calle Mayor. It's hard to get lost. La Iglesia Parroquial de San Pedro was built in 1746 and very much closed, but at least I got to admire its amazing wooden door. My legs are killing me today. But sometimes that's why you need to slow down and enjoy the scenery. But I'm gonna take a painkiller just in case. The border town of Viloria de Roja in the province of Castilla y León was the birthplace of Saint Dominic de la Calzada. Walking through a lot of villages today. I come face to face with the discrepancies between distances shown in both guidebooks and road signs. Just outside Grañón, it said 556, and now some 6 kilometers later, it shows 576. That's a nice dog from the town. Will you look at that? I don't believe it. They have a church here. Oh, I haven't seen one since the last town. Some of these towns, if you can call it a town, have less than 100 people living in them. And you walk through the streets and you hardly see anybody. I mean, check out their cemeteries. Hardly anybody in there. Good news is, I'm 7 kilometers away from my final destination. But before then, I'm gonna stop at the next town so I can get something to eat and rest. So that means that I should make it around 3 o'clock. So I can cover that distance in less than 2 hours. An hour walk away, I get to the town of Villamayor del Rio, my last stop before reaching my final destination for the day. So I'm on the outskirts of town after a 6 kilometer walk. I was minding my own business and I came across this older guy sitting by the shade. He just wanted some company to forget about the pain on his legs, on his toes from the blisters. And he told me how he started today before 6 a.m. It was pitch black, windy, and extremely cold. He could barely see anything because he doesn't have a headlamp. So he missed a turn and walked in the wrong direction for half an hour before he decided to turn back. So he ended up walking an extra hour today with blisters on his toes. I won't be doing that. Now that I had a chance to take a shower, wash my clothes, it's time to get something to eat. I was expecting to get here around 3 o'clock, but since I didn't have lunch along the way and I didn't really take a break, I got here at 1:30. Don't know if that's good or bad because now I have the rest of the day. Now, coming into town, I saw a sign that they have a cave here. That should be interesting. So I made it to the top. As you can see, the town below, bird's eye view. Talking about birds is funny because this is the third town that I see storks on top of churches with their nest and everything. That's interesting. Now that I made it to the ruins of the castle, you can actually go inside. This is very cave-like, not so much of a castle, but pretty cool nonetheless. I'm sure a few people have spent the night here, and a few from the town, if you know what I mean. With so much time in my hands and not much to do, I flew the drone around town. La Plaza Mayor seemed like a perfect spot to get a shot from the air, especially since the trees had already shed their leaves during the winter month. Don't you hate it when you sit down to have lunch, you order your food, and then you realize you forgot your wallet? Me too. I had to run back to the Albergue and get it, just so that I could pay. the things that happen on El Camino, right? So my clothes finally dried up. I went to the town square and had the pilgrim meal, and it's freaking cold as hell. So you know what that means, right? It is time to hit the sack. See you guys tomorrow. Buen camino.